Hi everybody, and welcome to the Euro Dollar. I hope that you had a nice week last week trading. I know a lot of you are trading the Euro Dollar. So on the trade suggestions that we had last week, actually the long position worked out fine, and the short position uh, was not triggered. So interestingly enough, this is the weekly chart. Review a little bit what we talked about before. The red line or weekly, monthly, actually monthly strong level of resistance right now. They were drawn with Fibonacci retracement, and the blue lines are also a strong level of resistance and support from Fibonacci's, and those were drawn, I believe, on the daily chart. So anyway, interestingly enough, last week we saw the currency going nicely up into nice micro uptrend. Still be considered as a technical correction, but did very well until the non-farm payroll. And the non-farm payroll pretty much was good for the US dollar, not very good for the euro, because the currency completely retraced from the high. So you can see the last bar was quite high, went very high, all the way to 1.15, and just completely retraced back down. So not such a good thing for the euro. And basically the currency last week did a doji, so went quite high, but as I say, met a lot of seller, and came up with a pretty much a no move for the week at the end of the day. Anyway, so that means that we have some pretty good level, and confirm that the currency is pretty much into a correction phase or consolidation phase with some uncertainty as far as where to go from there. Actually has reintegrated a downtrend channel that we've drawn last week as well. So let's see what's happening on the daily chart. Uh, as or the as we open in Asia, started to push up a little bit, but it's very early and not too many people are in play. But in any case, we can certainly see that there are different level of resistance and support, and potentially the currency has just been ranging for the past week and a half. We'll go to a better view. So on the daily chart, if we use Android, that trend line here is pretty much long-term trend line, and then there's been an acceleration here and another one right here which was broken, so I'm not drawing it, but basically this level here is quite a strong low, and very maybe difficult to break. In any case, though, even though for some time, this is the first time that we see the currency having a strong consolidation period, longer than previously, and actually going up quite a bit. There's one thing that we can realize is that the dragon trend line has been acting strongly as a line of support since the beginning of the move, and it's natural that the currency would go back up and retrace to the dragon trend line to potentially maybe break it again. So what kind of configuration could we see that would warrant a break? We could potentially say that this here, this here, and this here could be a reversal pattern under the condition that the currency would actually break that line before being able to go higher. The objective would be basically the distance between the top and the bottom, which would be the head and the neckline. Okay, if that would happen, we could expect the currency to go about the same distance, which would be about here. Bring it back to the acceleration down channel. It could break and go back up to this level here before actually going back down. It's quite possible that it does that. So there's still a possibility that it may actually go back up, quite possible. In any case, right now as it stands, we can see very clearly where would be the level of initial level of support, and definitively the level of resistance. So we know that right now we have been trading into a range, which we'll define a little bit in more details now. So we have this range here, and we've had also this little range right here, but very close to each other. Okay, so I can certainly think that this level here is a strong level of support. So we'll do it like this. And of course we have the top here, which is pretty much well defined. So two things that can happen this week, well, three things. The currency may actually keep going into a range, or actually break that line here to resume the move down, which would take that line as well here and go down back to this level right here. Quite possible though that if you look at the daily, it is quite possible that the currency will want to break up to get back to that line here or to that level here. Okay, so trading consolidation range is not so easy, but once you have your level defined, it makes things a little bit clearer. Okay, so what are the things that you want to look at? I mean, it seems to be evident after what I said. You want to look at a break of this line here for the downside, and you want to look at the break of this line here for the upside. So I know there's a couple of lines here, so maybe I will define that a bit better. Okay, it is, of course, we have a different level of resistance, and on the upside it still will be considered as a counter trend trade, which means that by definition a counter trend trade is rockier than when the market is trending. So what we have here, we had the currency following here, creating a lower high, creating another lower high here, and then moving back up, but did not break that level yet. And basically when when a currency is or any market is trending, the retracement or correction, if it is into a trading mode, uh, will generally not uh, pass or break the previous uh, lower high or higher low, whichever direction it is. So this area here is going to be a strong level of resistance. And even though we talked about a potential head and shoulder, even on the weekly, we need to make sure that we can confirm that. So what might happen is we know that this area here, we say this line here, uh, could be potentially the neckline of a head and shoulder, but you also know that we have here this line that's going to act as a resistance, this line as a resistance as well, or this area here is going to be a huge level of resistance, and then you're going to have that next level right here that may act as a resistance as well. So if the market goes higher, the best entry on the daily chart need to be considered um, in about this zone after it breaks this zone here, and then we have to be careful of this zone here to see how the market will behave. Quite possible that the market will do something like this, build up. Oh, sorry about that. Let me do that again. So possible that the market will behave like this to break that level here, and basically confirming the head and shoulder when it's broken. May actually push all the way till here, comes back to the neckline, which does happen often, before moving back up again and break that area here. So those are what can happen on the upside. Of course, before you want to go up, you want to make sure that there is a bit some clearance. And if you look at the daily chart, the clearance will happen that level is a level where you have some clearance and some way for the market to go up without too much interference. This level here is going to be a level of or areas of strong resistance. So, but in any case, I don't think that looking at the daily chart, I don't think that you should look at any short long position until it breaks that line here, which is about 1.1621. That would probably be the area where you would want to consider going long. If that happens, then your objective would be the next level, which would be here. You get 50 pip. Going to the next level here, where you're going to hit some resistance. It's going to be about 130 pip. Okay. Following the configuration of the market, it would be better for us if it would go down, because then you have it's a bit easier basically, because it would follow the general trend. Before we talk about going down, if you wanted to play straight in that area, which is would be a retracement area and would be actually following the trend, then in this case you may want to, where you should put your stop loss, which is basically under that line here, and you can go into the lower time frame to basically decide if this is a good idea for you. As far as the downside, well, the downside would be here. And if it does that, basically after retracing to the dragon trend line or the daily chart, break it down, first level of support, the objective would be the next level of support for a breakdown of that level, and creating, in this case, a new lower high, and continue um, the downtrend. Now the problem with that is, when you look at the trend channel, there's not much room right now if it would break. So most likely the currency is going to go sideways or go back up a bit more to give it more room to break down more significantly. So this week might be a bit probably a bit undecided and a bit volatile. That's it for the euro dollar. If you have any questions, just shoot me a note or put a comment on YouTube.